Cool. I think we're up. Hold on. Let me get it on my phone, then we get started. I don't know why I didn't have it pulled up on my phone. Just need to make sure it's working. It's working and we got audio. As long as we got that, we're good. Cool. I think we're up. All right, I hear the audio. We are up. All right. Well, welcome back to this week's podcast of Mad Sports Talk. You got JT DeLoach up at the top left. Mason Pierce, top right.
What's good, y'all?
You got me, AJ Douglas, down at the bottom. Sam Ulrich is going to be joining us a little bit later, currently coming back from church. So he'll join us a little bit later in the show, which is going to be fun trying to get that all sorted. But we didn't get to... Huh?
I hope he joins.
Yeah, he should join. He told us he would join. But yeah, getting back to... We didn't get to finish the preview from last week since we got on our hour-long talk about tortillas. So we'll start off with talking about our top 25 since we didn't get to do that earlier this week. Then we'll talk about the games of the week to watch. And then we'll also, of course, talk about the Texas Tech versus OSU Parents Weekend. Of course, again, with all of us being Texas Tech students. We are Texas Tech related. However, we talk mostly all of college football, but very common to see us talk about the Big 12 and all that. And Big 12 right now is looking like it's going to be a fun show for the whole Big 12. But on top of that, before we get into that, why don't we go ahead and talk about the top 25 that came out. Anything, Mason, you want to say first about your top 25? I know the team that you hated on earlier this year is now ranked number 2. So you hated them earlier, called them overrated, and now here they are ranked number 2.
Hey, and I'm happy that they shut me up. That's one thing that I hope teams, when I call them overrated, is that they prove me wrong. Indiana, they're an amazing team. That offense is just phenomenal. Surprisingly, somehow this week they've got which I didn't think I would ever say this, but a decent game against UCLA at home. That'll be fun to watch considering UCLA actually looks like a team now. But, I think this week's AP poll is pretty well from top to bottom. I definitely agree Ohio State has been the most consistent right now. Same with Indiana. I think that's a good one, too. Then it kind of gets a little bit tricky because you have, undefeated Georgia Tech at 7 right now. And then you have a bunch of, 6-1 teams, but they have quality losses. And I know a big topic for all of us has been, how do you properly rank these teams? How do you properly judge, good wins? And, if there's a thing is good losses, which, in, nowadays rankings, it is a thing. So, I like Bama at 4, Georgia at 5. I would probably, in my opinion, have Oregon at 5 and then do Georgia at 6. Georgia's defense is not as elite as it has been in past few years. They're still a great team, and they're definitely a top 7 team in my opinion. But I would flip them. But, overall, top to bottom, it's a really solid list. Miami being in the top 10 is still one of those. They gave them a little leeway, which is okay, but Tech dropped down to 14 after their loss against ASU. I think that's a pretty good spot in my opinion. We're still, in my opinion, a decently proven team, and we didn't have our starting quarterback in. But yeah, for the most part, I agreed with most of these. JT, what were you thinking? When it came to this week's AP poll.
You lost Notre Dame in at 12. I'm glad they didn't leapfrog BYU. Notre Dame, I get they beat USC. USC's a good squad. I don't think a 2-loss Notre Dame should be in a playoff spot at the 12 because that is what it is at the moment, is a playoff spot. Although they probably would be the first one out, but no, pretty solid. And to your point about hating on Indiana, I'm kind of mad Indiana shut you up. I don't like Indiana. I don't like Kirk Cignetti. I might be one of the few college football fans that hate Kirk Cignetti. No, it's pretty solid for me. one thing I didn't understand, I think it's the whole South Florida argument, right? Louisville's behind them. I strongly disagree with that. I saw a video on something. I'm trying to remember what it was exactly. There was this whole thing with how the South Florida ranking came out and they were above someone else and all this stuff. Oh yeah, the whole South Florida lost to Miami by 30 plus. Louisville beat Miami. Yeah, USF still ranked ahead of them. Stuff like that. And then I think Bama needs to be higher. I think Alabama right now is the best team in college football. Ohio State obviously has not lost, nor has Indiana or A&M. I think Alabama needs to be above A&M. I do believe A&M is a really good team. But right now I feel like Alabama's just moving the best on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. They played a really good Tennessee team last weekend and honestly, in my opinion, blew the brakes off of them. I mean, it was utter. The score wasn't as close as the game really was. I mean, it was utter domination from the Crimson Tide. I think they're a force to be reckoned with, sitting there at 6-1 in the top four. That one loss to Florida State kind of got that out of the way in week one, and we've seen how Florida State's digressed as the season's gone on. I love my Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets at the 7th spot, although the 7th spot this year has been dangerous for ranked teams, as we saw last weekend with us losing. Yeah, I'm anxious to see what top 10 team loses this week. We've had a field rush. We're 8 for 8 on field rushes and upsets this year, so anxious to see who the 9th is going to be. But I feel like this is one of the better AP polls this year.
Sure.
Well, appreciate that, y'all too. I think we'll call that on the preview, not the recap segment portion. Y'all want to get into this OSU game, or y'all want to go into talking about games of the week first? Because I mean, we're all pretty
Gotta do games.
Games.
Gotta do games first. Yeah, let's go games.
Let me pull up the schedule. See, is there any game on tomorrow? Let's see.
Nothing. There's nothing crazy. It's a lot of kind of sleepy games, like games that'll be good, like when you just need something to watch.
I think Virginia Tech, California could be a good one, or Boise State, Nevada. Boise State, Nevada could be a good one. But
yeah.
I'm not expecting too much out of it, but could be a good one.
I just have to shout out real fast my people at Charlotte who I'm friends with. I'm so sorry for y'all. The 49ers are awful.
They're so bad, man.
It is such a shame because they're getting a new stadium reno here in the next couple of years. And that program, they just don't have the funding. I mean, it's a beautiful place. UNC Charlotte's a beautiful campus. And especially my buddy Ryan that goes there, I'm so sorry that you have to deal with that and watching high school football. But, like, dude, it's terrible there. Like, I can't see it getting any worse.
Hey, JT, if you want to go to the game, it's only $6, so...
Yeah, dude, tickets they're available, man.
Dude,
I mean,
but see, they have a Bojangles in the concourse, so like it's automatic.
Okay, that is fire. I'm not gonna lie.
See,
I didn't realize. I was looking at Charlotte's like who they've played because I just want to see who their losses to. Last week they lost to Temple 49-14.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and it was at home too. Literally, dude. I went to the Charlotte ECU game last year. Charlotte blew the brakes off ECU. ECU's having a really good year right now. They've had a couple losses that they probably shouldn't have lost. But no, Charlotte just destroyed ECU last year, and I was kind of looking forward to Charlotte kind of going up this year and progressing. They got a coach from the MAC, I believe, Ohio, I think, and it's just not working out, and I feel so bad for all my friends at UNC Charlotte, man. Like I really feel bad for y'all. So,
I don't blame you.
Texas is gonna come in there, drop a 50 burger on them.
Oh, they probably will. They 100% will.
Man, speaking of North Texas, looking at their remaining schedule right now, outside of obviously they got at Charlotte this week, their next 4 games are pretty easy wins. They got Navy at home. I know Navy's undefeated.
I was about to say Navy's undefeated. What are you talking about?
But their schedule,
no one's talking about Navy right now. Their real test is going to be at Notre Dame. Other than that, they have a.
And then they got. I'm looking at Navy. They've got North Texas, then they got Notre Dame, and then South Florida. So those are three chances of losing right there.
Yeah, like they're probably going to end up 7-5, 8-4. Like, I hate it because America loses, but we got to be realistic. But dude, North Texas, man, they have a really good chance of sneaking in and grabbing that group of 5 bid. Just looking at their remaining schedule, they have Navy next week at home. Then they have 2 away games, UAB and then Rice. Then they finish off the year at home against Temple. What are y'all's kind of thoughts right now with the Mean Green in terms of the group of 5 spot?
I think right now it's going to USF. I want it to be North Texas. I really do. This American race is going to be really interesting. You saw Memphis in the to UAB. But obviously Navy, you can't count them out. Navy's got a really tough stretch, and if they only lose to Notre Dame in this stretch, I don't see how the committee keeps them out of that group of 5 spot. Like if they go through beat everyone, in Memphis, there's like a loss.
Yeah,
it's the American this year has been so entertaining because Tulane was picked to be the favorite preseason, and Tulane now has their 2nd loss, I believe, or they still only have 1 loss, don't they?
And
they've got 1 loss, and that's Ole Miss. That's it.
So that's 5 teams in the hunt right now in the American. I mean, it's heating up right now.
I mean, you have 5 teams in the American that are 6-1. And then 2 of them's only losses coming into conference, with North Texas getting 1 loss and Memphis getting a loss in the conference. And Memphis, they just lost to UAB, so that one could end up being the one that hurts them.
In the American, like, I'll be flying. Like, I was flying to Arizona on Thursday, and I was watching ECU play. Like, they have the Thursday night games. And, like, dude, they're so fun to watch. Every Thursday night. I don't think they might have played tonight. Someone might have played tonight. But, dude, the American Conference is actually so fun to watch. Like, nobody watches it, but it's so entertaining because you don't know, like, anyone can win on any given day.
Yeah, I agree. It's always been pretty fun.
And I feel like, I know I talk ECU a lot just because, like, I'm a North Carolina guy, but, like, dude, they have a legit chance. If they play anybody in that race, they have a legit chance to upset them with the fastest paced offense in the country. Like, and then North Texas, I think, just surpassed us, Tennessee, and I believe Ole Miss for the top spot in points per game scored. I think they're just over 50, which is crazy. I mean, Eric Morris has done an insane job with that program.
Yeah. It was South Alabama and Georgia State today, so we had a Sun Belt game, which Southern Alabama won 38-31. So a close game for the Sun Belt. But let's get on to Saturday's matchups. Indiana, UCLA. We'll go Indiana on that one, I'm assuming. But I think the big 11 o'clock.
Whoa.
I'm going Indiana. I'm not going to UCLA. I'm not entertaining it.
Man.
No.
Bruins are on a roll.
All right.
Yeah. If this interim head coach, I forgot his name. But if he wins this game, there's no reason he does not get promoted to the head coaching job. No reason at all.
Agreed.
He's got
I agree.
If I'm Indiana, is it at Indiana or at
It's
Indiana?
at Indy.
It's at India.
It's Indiana.
AJ, I might be wrong with you. I'm not gonna lie. But like, dude, I expect it to be close for at least a half.
Yeah. I mean, but at the end of the day, we all gotta remember this is college football. Like, anything can happen. Like, anything.
I think
as much as the team can be favored, you know what I'm saying?
I'm aware, but I'm not doubting. Indiana's looked good this year.
They have.
And
I'm not saying, I think they're going to win, but I'm just saying you never know. Like, there's always just that little part, like, just, you know what I mean?
Oh, I get what you're saying. I'm not entertaining it, though.
The team is now playing with, like, a bunch of fire.
Hey,
like, both teams are rolling right now. Yeah, it's
I get what y'all are saying. Matchup. I'm not entertaining it. Indiana's all the way. You can quote me. I really don't. Quote me right now, on Saturday when it's 2:00 and that game's over. Indiana's gonna have the lead, and you guys can make fun of me all you want.
I don't doubt it. We're not saying Indiana's gonna lose. I'm just saying, like, there's also a chance that this UCLA team, which may have one of the hottest offenses right now in college football, may somehow, like, and they beat a pretty good Maryland team last week in terms of defensively, and I don't know. I would love to see an upset.
After a post that a Maryland fan account made on Instagram, I am no longer a Maryland fan.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
saw
See
the
that?
basketball post.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Whoa.
awful. That was horrible.
Let's see. What other ranked
That-
matchups do we got at 11
for a
o'clock?
different time. That's for a different time. But
We've
like,
got
that's just
Georgia Tech
Yeah.
taking on Syracuse in Georgia Tech. We'll go
Georgia Tech easy.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech easy. That's my team right now. Other than Tech, Georgia Tech is my second favorite team right now.
I'll see.
You know, I will say one thing. I just want to say one thing. As much shit as people give Texas Tech about their schedule, can we talk about fucking Georgia Tech until the last week of the season against Georgia?
Whoa.
No, I'm defending our school though. Hey, let's down. You know what I mean? Hey, I like Georgia Tech. I love an underdog, and that's all it's been this year.
Do not diss my glorious Haynes King. All right,
Dude,
proven.
Hey, I love him. He's the soul of that team. I agree.
Oh, just wait till we get to 2 o'clock.
2025 ACC champions. They get the at-large bid for the ACC. I'm guarantee it right now.
I hope that'd be honestly. I think that would really. I mean, it'd just be fun to see Miami and FSU both in years that they thought they had it locked, just end up getting dropped by Georgia Tech.
You know who could sneak back into the conversation defeated in conference is SMU.
They have been on a heater.
Yeah.
Undefeated in conference.
They have been on a heater. As much as it pains me to say, they have been on a heater.
Yeah, I love SMU, man. You know, y'all know that.
Yeah.
Back to Saturday on the 11 o'clock.
That's so hard. If SMU and Georgia Tech end up playing in the ACC championship, I won't know who to root for because I picked Georgia Tech to win the ACC at the beginning of the year.
You got to go Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
You got to go.
I know, but I can't go against SMU, bro.
But I mean, this is your team though. You gotta think now. You're locked in. Like, this is your team.
It is crazy because 2 months ago I was getting clowned by every single person I knew for saying Georgia Tech would run the ACC this year.
Yeah, I didn't say
Little
anything.
did they know.
I think I went Clemson.
Yo, I'm saying
Yeah, I know.
I went Clemson, but I let you have it.
Homers back at home. My ACC people back at home were like, no way. And I'm like, just watch.
Man, Duke spent all that money on that quarterback, and he's done good. But I mean, I think Haynes King would have been, yeah. All right, AJ, you were trying to.
Let's see, yeah.
You were trying to say something.
Back to the schedule. Let's see. We'll actually talk about this one. Ole Miss at Oklahoma. How do y'all see that one popping up?
Yeah.
I mean,
JT, I'll let you first.
Yeah, I was about to say y'all figure out who goes first on this one, but this is gonna be the big one, the big 11 a.m. game.
Dude, okay, it's near impossible to win it. Like there's some there's some black magic in that stadium.
It's kind of like Utah, reversed. You know what I mean?
Bro,
especially noon games there.
I can't see, but Ole Miss is so electric. I don't see them losing 2 in a row. That's my problem. It really, seeing OU in my opinion has one of the best defensive units in the country. I don't know who to pick on this one. I'm actually stumped. I want to hear y'all's analysis before I make my pick because this one could go either way. I don't think it's going to be a shootout. Well, I say that last week no one thought the Georgia Ole Miss game would be a shootout, and we were treated to an absolute great game. But I'm kind of hoping we do see another shootout. I mean, that was fun.
No, I agree with you. I mean, I'm all for the SEC and Big Ten finally having games that are Big 12 games of the 2010s. You know, that game. And I hate the fact that the Tech game was also on at the same time as the Georgia Ole Miss game because I felt like I couldn't appreciate it. Yeah, I was about to say you didn't even get a chance to watch it live. You know, but this matchup is a huge one in terms of for the SEC. I mean, these are two teams that going into this year were pretty decent favorites to make it to Atlanta. Like JT had mentioned, Norman is one heck of a place to try and win that, no matter how good of a team you are. I mean, we saw it last year. Bama got exposed in Norman. There was who was the other team that they knocked out in Norman? It was Bama and
I remember.
No, they didn't play A&M last year.
No.
But there was another team I could have swore that they also, in a
I don't think they knocked them out, but did they beat LSU last year?
No, they lost to them the last week.
Did they?
Missouri?
No, who did? Okay, can one of y'all find it while I talk real quick, please? Because now I'm dedicated to find this. But I still think OU's a really good team. I know they had a rough game against Texas, but John Mateer, if you watch that game, dude's hand was practically still like post surgery almost. And you saw him kind of warm up a little bit last week on the road against South Carolina. I know they're banged up beyond belief, so it's kind of a hard game to dictate. But South Carolina is also kind of like an OU where it's hard to win on the road. All of the SEC is for the most part. Even Vanderbilt, which we're going to get to here in a little bit. AJ, you know what I'm saying? Your team. But,
Team of the
this is a
year.
really exciting game. You have two of the best offenses in the country, or not two of the best offenses. You have one of the best offenses in the country and one of the best defenses in the country going up against each other in this game. But, there's been a lot of rumors with Lane Kiffin to Florida. Now, will he do it? I don't think so. But Lane Kiffin has proven in the past. You never know. So does that kind of affect the team this week? Does that have there's a lot of factors in this outside of just the injury report, scheming, and everything like that. But, just getting down to the, just the nit and gritty. I mean, I like OU in this. They're at home. It's an early kickoff. That stadium's going to be absolutely bumping, even though tickets are somehow only $21. That's insane. But
It was only Alabama. It was only
Alabama. It was only Alabama. Okay, I don't know why. I
And
swore they had another.
Yeah, no, I think I just saw that for 70.
It was the Tennessee game that was close.
Let's see.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
And I want to mention real fast Oklahoma's upcoming schedule. They play Ole Miss, then they're at Tennessee, at Alabama, at home versus Missouri, and then they close out against LSU. That's like
that is just brutal, man.
If they go 3-2 in that stretch, I'd be so happy if I was an OU fan.
Dude, I'd give them 2 and 3. Man, that is
Tuscaloosa, and Bryant Denny. That's a loss. I'm sorry. Alabama's getting their revenge from last year.
I wanted to mention earlier too.
Yeah, you go. No, you go.
No, I was about to because I know you mentioned it earlier, and I know we're off top 25, but I agree with you about the Bama point with them being easily right now the most dominant team in college football. I think Ohio State is really good, and I think they are deserving of number one. They've done everything they need to be there, right? They're 7-0. They've dominated pretty much every game. But in terms of a team, if they play on a neutral site right now, dude, I gotta go Bama. They have been unearthly since that loss to FSU. And, I think Kalen DeBoer is kind of, it's crazy to think he's only in his, second year now in Bama? He's not been there that long. And if you look at how Saban's tenure started at Bama, it was not sunshine and rainbows either. Yeah. So I think Kalen's getting settled in now. He's got his team now. There's not that whole Saban aspect still there as much as it was last year. It's a whole new team, whole new identity. And I think they're balling out. But, back to the game. I'm going to go OU. What do you think, AJ?
I'm going to pick.
Oh, JT. Yeah, sorry. I blinked about that.
I love Norman. I love that place. It was great. I really enjoyed going there. Yeah. But I also love Ole Miss. I've been to both. I was about to go to Ole Miss before I came here. I was considering it. I got friends at Ole Miss. I can't. I'm going Ole Miss here. Down in a true SEC.
I think this goes either way, honestly. It's so hard to pick this game.
AJ, you're
just depends. Yeah. Come on, AJ.
Dang. Let's see. You both brought up some good points. I agreed with both of y'all. I think it's going to be a very defensive battle, not a shootout. So basically, who am I going to trust in a shootout battle? And that's where I'm tied right. I don't know. I'm looking at Ole Miss, and especially their running back, Kerwin Lacey. He's got 600 yards coming off a 120-point game or 20-yard game with 3 rushing touchdowns. Coming off of a good game and a game that might come down to a one big play, I'm probably gonna go Ole Miss on the road, pulling it off. I think it's gonna be fair either way, but I think if I had to come down to one pick, I'm gonna go with the guy who's coming off a hot hand in Kerwin Lacey to win the game.
Look what happened with Dickey last weekend. What happened with Dickey last weekend? Came off a hot week and it was just awful.
I don't think we schemed up for Dickey though.
Yeah, no, but there's really no wrong pick here.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the
Yeah, I agree.
Like it's a hard game to
see.
For sure.
All right, back to the schedule. Other ranked opponents playing this week: Virginia at North Carolina, South Florida and Memphis. That's going to be a good game for the group of five.
Game of the week.
Yep.
Give me North Carolina to upset Virginia at home.
I mean, hey, that's it. That's your side. If you want to call it, you call it.
Hey,
yeah.
We'll be back here next week, and y'all won't be laughing.
Hey, I'm just saying, it's your team from back home. I'll let you call your call.
Yeah. We all have to have one, like just
also
wild
public service announcement real fast. Sam will not be joining us tonight.
Yeah, I was just reading that message too.
So it's just us three, which is chill. So we'll keep it going.
Yeah.
Also, I do have to say Ivy League matchups this weekend. We have Penn and Yale, and Harvard and Princeton.
Battle the GPAs.
College football history.
Yep. Yeah. See, only non-ranked game that I think any of us are keeping our eyes on are the Big 12 opponents. K-State versus Kansas at Kansas, Lawrence, Kansas. Jayhawks coming off of did they win last week? I forget.
They had a bye.
No, they had a bye. Yep. I was like, I don't remember who they played after crying about us. So,
both teams are coming off a bye.
Are they both?
So,
I didn't even realize that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So we got the team that just played Texas Tech versus the team that's going to play Texas Tech next week.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted K-State to win just because I'm so mad at Kansas for getting rid of our tortillas. Like what they did was scummy just to me. So Kansas State just blow them out.
I think Avery Johnson runs all over him this game.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with both. Now, the only thing that kind of is concerning for K-State is Dylan Edwards is out once again because he played against TCU. Apparently, he's a little banged up again, so that's kind of worrisome. But, yeah, I mean, as Tech fans, at least, we should know what Avery Johnson is capable of. Considering his first ever start in college, he had 5 touchdowns against us in Lubbock. Still have nightmares.
It's so funny you bring that up. Me and my dad were talking about that earlier today.
Dude, and that's why, and we'll talk about this later because I don't want to keep rambling about it, but, like, this next week of game, these next couple of weeks we got, man, at least for Tech-wise, it's going to be a real test. But, this game is I think the best part about this game is there's no real Big 12 implications. Both of these teams are pretty much out of the Big 12 race, in my opinion. Unless something which could happen, the way the Big 12 has been going, something drastic happens, and somehow we see K-State rise from the ashes, which I don't think will happen. But, the Sunflower Showdown, one of the most underrated rivalries. Now, obviously, it's been very one-sided. I forgot how long of a streak it's been. I think it's like the late teens right now. But, it's in Lawrence. They renovated the booth. There's going to be a lot of hype in this game, obviously. Kansas thinks they finally have a squad to beat K-State. But I'm going to have to go with all of y'all. Kansas did us wrong. Why would I do them right? Yep. So give me the Wildcats by 90. So
let's see. Last time that Kansas won against Kansas State was in Kansas of 2008.
Yeah. So.
Yep. Again,
that's all you need. And by the way, they play every year, so there's no gaps.
Yep.
And that's what, AJ. Last time they beat them in general.
Yep.
Okay, that's all you need to know.
They won Kansas won 52-21.
Team JT. They had
that was 07, I think. It was 07 was the orange.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the thing. It's 2008. November 1st of 2008 was the last time Kansas won.
Okay, that was the year after. Never mind. Yeah.
Here's an unranked matchup real fast I'm looking at is Auburn and Arkansas.
Yes. Dude, I don't know, JT, how you feel about, like, Bobby Petrino. I've been very high on him outside of his character. That's the one thing I won't give him any props for. But in terms of, like, a football coach and, like, offensive coach, dude, their offense is, like, they look good. Last week against A&M, dude, I'm saying he's finally, like, he's got, he doesn't have a short leash anymore. Like, they're letting him just play free, and it's shown. They put up 42 last week against A&M. The week before that, they almost beat Tennessee in Knoxville. And now they're going up against a pretty, stout team in Auburn. But, this is also an Auburn team that's fighting for their coach's job. There's been once we're at that time of the season now where coaches are kind of like, who's on the hot seat, and Hugh Freeze is one of those. No doing to his own wrong, because we just saw an SEC ref literally get
I was about to bring that up.
Indefinitely suspended for that Auburn Georgia game.
Yep, I was just about to bring that up.
Yeah. I mean, this is a huge game, and I'm glad you mentioned this, JT, for both programs, because this win just it makes you showing up to the facility every day a little bit brighter, and gives you hope that there is hope, in the future. But it's so hard for me because Auburn's defense has been really good, but their offense has just been dreadful, man. After the first half, they do so well in the first half, and they shut down in the second. And with Arkansas finally playing consistent football, their defense is still a little shaky, but they went up against a good A&M offense last week. I'm gonna go Arkansas, JT.
Yeah.
I'm going Auburn.
Both these teams need to get over the hump at some point.
I got Auburn in that game though. Let's see.
The deciding factor. This is bad. I just, oh my God, I don't know. I'm gonna just go with the whole. I have friends at Auburn. Give me the Tigers. I love Auburn's campus too.
I'm going Auburn. They've been close in every game.
Dude, in these toss-up games, I'm just going based off people I know. I know people at Auburn, so
that's all you can do.
Yeah.
I've never liked Arkansas. I do like Bobby Petrino. I think he's a good coach, but I think Auburn has to get over that hump, and I think Auburn's going to come out with a bit more fire. I think Arkansas being at home, they're going to come out and be a little flat because they're going to think they have that environment behind them, which they will. But I think they come out not expecting a heat check from Auburn. Auburn gets up 14-0 and just the defense holds. I think it's a low 20s game, but I think Auburn holds on and they finally get over that hump. And also, I think that Oklahoma games would set Auburn back this season. I think if that didn't happen, I think they're right in the conversation for the SEC. But you could say the same for Arkansas too with their games as well. But yeah,
I'm going Auburn just because they've been close in every single game. I think with Arkansas they'll jump them. But moving on to the 2:00 session, we got Bama being at South Carolina. But I think the big one at 2:30. Game day, Mizzou at Vandy.
Yeah.
Going to Nashville, Tennessee. Game day is moving to my Vanderbilt Commodores. I forgot what they were for a second. I always want to call them like anchors, just because I know they have anchors up or whatever or anchors down as their signal.
Yeah, come on now. You gotta know their slogan.
Yeah.
You gotta at least know the basics. Come on.
Hey,
now,
look, I didn't care that much about Vandy until this year, but man, Pavia's got that team rolling right now, and I'm so proud of Vandy. And they're top 10. I don't know when was the last. Hold on. When was?
I don't think they've ever been top 10.
I feel like it's gotta be back in pre-World War II.
Let's see
if it is.
AP
something that was
Hold on, I'll find it. Y'all keep talking. Y'all talk about Vanderbilt and how good they are.
What do you think about this game?
Dude, oh my God, I'm still not on the Vandy train. I don't like Pavia.
1947 was the last time Vandy was ranked in the top 10.
Sorry, that was a few years off. My bad.
But dude, I don't like Pavia. I don't think Pavia is good. I really don't.
Hey, he's got those dogs rolling though. If he's got them rolling, he's got won every game as the highest passer for them every week.
I can't say he's bad because I think without him, Vandy, I don't like the hype on him, but without him, Vandy's nowhere this season.
I mean, looking at Pavia's stats, he's passing for 1,600 yards with 71 completion rate, averaging 8.6 yards, 15 touchdowns for 4 sacks, and only had 5 sacks. And he's the leading rusher.
I don't think he's that good. He does everything for them, and I think I hope. I don't like Vanderbilt. I hope Missouri exposes them, and I think Missouri exposes them. I think Missouri buys out half the stadium because Vandy still can't fill their stadium with their own fans. And I think Missouri comes in there and knocks them off by 14.
I mean, the thing is,
No, I
LSU
will.
had the stadium last week, and they beat LSU. And I don't even. We were watching that game, and we weren't really feeling that nervous. I mean, I know it was a one-score game, but I think LSU scored late to make it. Scored within 2 minutes, so it's scored.
LSU's offense is god awful. Nussmeier's so overrated as well.
And if you remember,
Dude.
Vandy was in there with Alabama, and we're saying Alabama's a top 3 team. They were close with Alabama, so I don't. They are 1-for-1 with Vanderbilt.
AJ, you got to remember too. This Missouri team also took Bama within 3 points and almost into overtime. If it wasn't for a few pretty shitty calls against Mizzou. Like this is not is not LSU. This is in my opinion, Mizzou is by far better than LSU. In my opinion.
I think for the jokes, I gotta go with Vanderbilt, but I still trust Vanderbilt.
I want the underdog to win, obviously, but I'm gonna be realistic. Mizzou's D-line, and they're not getting talked about enough. They have a Georgia transfer named Damon Wilson, one of their edge rushers. Dude is one of the scariest guys I've ever seen. Like, his release is absurd. They also have a running back.
He could be a top 60 draft pick.
And they also have a more consistent run game. Ahmad Hardy, the transfer out of ULM. Dude has been a stud for them so far. I mean, he's already got 11 TDs on the year, almost at 1,000 rushing yards. Now, the biggest thing with Mizzou is going to be quarterback play. You know, that's the one thing that they still can never seem to get consistent. I mean, Bo Pribula right now has 11 touchdowns on the season, but also has 7 picks.
Yep.
Something you really don't want to have with your QB.
Can't afford to go 1-for-1.
I'm going to give him his flowers, right? I mean, he's leading them in rushing yards with 438 with 4 TDs. He has a 15-4 touchdown interception ratio. Like, he's been good, but the problem is with Vanderbilt is what happens when you're down in the fourth and it is a neck-and-neck game completely. Because LSU, they do not deserve to be as high as they were. It's literally the brand name, if we're going to be honest at this point. They've got NFL talent on that team, but the coaching is horrible. We've seen it. Nussmeier, in my opinion, he's not like first-round pick good, but it doesn't help because his O-line couldn't block water if they built a dam. So it's kind of it's one of those things. I think this game's going to be absolutely entertaining. Like, I cannot wait to watch this. Because, the thing is with Pavia, and I've mentioned this to you, AJ, he gives me a lot of, like, Manziel moments, and he feels like a Manziel player.
Yeah.
Where he's not going to do back in the pros. We all know that. But he somehow, some way, is able to just maneuver out of things that he shouldn't be able to. And I think that's going to be the biggest thing for Vandy. Because if Mizzou is able to contain him in the pocket, Mizzou's got the game.
They're done. That's what I'm saying. What does Vandy do when Pavia cannot perform? They can't do anything. They don't have another alternative. They don't have a solution. And I think this is the game where he does not do well and they end up losing by double digits because he's all they have. And I don't think he's even that good anyway. I still don't. I really don't.
Hey, I'm rocking with Vanderbilt, and so is 83% of America.
That's insane. I'm not going to lie.
Bro, if you look at the picks over here, it says 83%.
I saw it,
yeah.
Dude,
that's more fuel to the fire for Mizzou.
I don't know. I'm also a big Mizzou fan just for the fact that they're one of those kind of just sneaky good programs all the time. They're always consistent. But I know we got to keep moving. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep this keep going.
I have 2 other games in the 2:30 slot I want to talk about that could be huge, which I don't. My first one obviously is BYU Iowa State.
Yep.
Jack Trice is not an easy place to win. It's not. I don't care how.
And it's a 2:30 kickoff. Man,
so I don't know. I'm still picking BYU, but I think that's going to be a struggle. BYU will get exposed, and I hope we use that film to study for them in the upcoming weeks. And then I think are we all going with BYU here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not so fast, my friend. I'm gonna play spoiler. All right, look, Iowa State, as rough as they've looked, it's just something about them at home, dog. I grew up watching TCU be number 3, number 4 in the country, and they go into Jack Trice, an undefeated or an unranked team, coached by Matt Campbell, and they somehow pull out a win. You know what I mean? I've been burnt too many times by this damn Cyclone team.
Here's my scenario.
Yeah.
We need BYU to win. We need that head-to-head against BYU.
Oh, absolutely. I agree.
Definitely.
Like, I want game day in Lubbock. Like, I'm all for it. I'm trying to be as non-biased for this outside of the K-State Kansas game because screw Kansas. But for this game personally, it's just every time I go against Iowa State, they always stab me in the back. But also, I think BYU is they're a solid team, but they haven't done anything yet that's flashed me. You know what I mean? You look at a team, you go, they're top 10 quality. I don't look at BYU, and this is probably going to end up biting me in the ass in a couple of weeks. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't look at their team and go, wow, they're amazing. Their offense is pretty stagnant. They're very slow. They are very, pretty easy plays to pick up if you got a competent defense. And so far into this season, outside of Utah, they haven't played anybody. I know the East Carolina game. I know JT for you, and you know more about that program than I do, so I don't want to say anything. But in terms of their skit,
that's not a hard. I mean, it was at ECU on a night game, which
yeah,
I mean, it was packed, but BYU pretty much handled them. I mean, they slowed down ECU's offense. Their defense is what won them the game. So your point about the offense is still correct.
Yeah, and my biggest thing is once again, I love BYU. I love their fan base. Some of the nicest people on earth. No hate to them at all. But they're kind of like us right now. They're getting into the meat of their schedule. They're finally starting to accumulate some games that have some value. And this is their second stop right now. But it's their first real road actual game outside of the Arizona game. And we saw how that went. They got super lucky at the end. You know what I mean? Beyond lucky. So, I like BYU. I think they're a great team. I want game day to be here in Lubbock, but my gut tells me Iowa State. I'm probably going to end up regretting it, but I'll stick with the Clones.
That happens. And then another quick one real fast is Illinois at UW at Washington. That's a pretty decent magnitude game in the Big Ten. It's really just for strength of schedule for the higher teams. I'm picking Washington at home to upset Illinois. I think Washington finally. I really thought that I did pick them last week against Michigan, and that didn't turn out well. But I do think Washington is still a really good team, and I think they upset Illinois at home.
I agree with you.
Illinois is coming off of a bye. They're still looking for a quality win other than USC. I don't know much about this Illinois team to speak on them. Just quick looking at their stats. Quarterback's almost throwing for 2,000 yards. 2,000 yards with 13 touchdowns and 1 interception is not too bad. But again, I don't know enough about Illinois to say I trust them in a game versus Washington. I'm gonna go with the committee. I'm just gonna go with the committee here and hope and think that Illinois is gonna win.
I got you.
We kind of get the nightcap now.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Let's see. Any other 2:00s? Let's see.
We gotta go to 3:00.
Hey,
yeah.
before we
we'll
move on
the rest
to
of the games, then we'll do tech. Yeah.
Before we do any of that, we do have one that's going to decide or could decide the MAC. Western Michigan at Miami of Ohio. Both teams are undefeated in conference play. I think they're both 1-2 or maybe 2-3 in the MAC. So that's going to be a good game at 2:30. But let's see, 3:00. You got us. We'll get back to that one later. Also ranked playing is Baylor at Cincinnati. And then Texas at Mississippi State.
Okay. I do briefly want to talk about that. If Sawyer has the game that I think he could have, since he could be on ups, it is at Nippert. I know that, but I think Baylor can wear down Cincinnati enough that if they don't lose this week, they lose next week.
Yeah, I agree, JT, with you. I think because Baylor's issue is not offense. So far this season, their offense has been pretty good. Their defense has just been so banged up and has been so just beaten down. But I agree. I mean, it's like I mentioned with BYU a little bit ago. Cincinnati, outside of that Iowa State matchup, which now kind of doesn't look that great. The Kansas game too. They barely beat them by 3. You're kind of looking at this game and you're like, this does have upset written all over it. You know what I mean? So I agree with you. I think Baylor's got a pretty good chance in this.
Here's the thing.
I think Baylor can fight.
I think. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying, I think Baylor can fight against Cincinnati, and of course Cincinnati's getting to the meat of their schedule. So I think Baylor's a good warm up of going in because they're going to go against Utah, who is unranked but
That's what I was gonna say.
had lost two good games.
For Cincinnati, I'm kind of hoping if Baylor doesn't beat them, they wear them down enough that when Cincinnati goes into Rice-Eccles, they don't have the firepower. They're either going to lose this week or next week. It's one of the two.
Oh yeah. Oh, that game's at Utah.
Yeah, it's at Utah.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah.
They play BYU at home. Cincinnati's bound to lose at least 2.
Yeah. Dude, they're not. I don't think they beat anybody in the state of Utah. I don't. Because, dude, Rice-Eccles, and we saw it firsthand with our O-line, dude, that's a rough place to play. And especially if they do get a night slot for that, we might as well just kiss that goodbye.
I think Cincinnati finishes with at least 2 conference losses. I think everyone says they're in the hunt right now. I don't think so. I think they're party to an end. And I hope part of me hopes Baylor doesn't spoil that because we do need Utah winning that game for strength of schedule reasons. But we'll see.
I agree.
So that's all my take for that one. Then what we move into? I don't want to talk about Wisconsin, Oregon. I think Oregon pretty much.
Yeah, that's Oregon.
A&M at LSU. I think we're all going to unanimously go LSU or not LSU.
A&M. Yeah.
A&M.
Yeah. After LSU. I mean, yeah. But but the worst part is they still have underperformed even at Death Valley this year at night. Like that Florida game. Looking back at that now, man. I mean, because what was that the game Lagway had 5 picks?
Yes.
And they still come through away.
Yeah,
and they won by 3 or 7, I think is what the final score was.
It was close, yeah. It was close even though Lagway had 5 picks, yeah. 20-10.
Yeah.
20-10 win.
Give me the Aggies to end up winning that.
Yeah, I'm going
Aggies win. Yeah.
Then we got Louisville,
Michigan
Boston,
State, and Michigan.
It's gonna. You know what? Go Sparty.
Might as well. They might as well start playing hell victors because if UCLA can win in East Lansing, I don't see how Michigan doesn't. So.
Nope, I'm going Sparty.
No, it's in
It's in Michigan State.
It's at Michigan State.
Michigan State, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was looking at it wrong.
That's Spartan Stadium.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's going to be, yeah. But
Louisville steamrolls Boston College.
Yeah, BC's been horrible.
Here is a game I really want to look at. Injury to Jordan Tyson with the hamstring.
Yes.
Sam Levitt is questionable right now. He got downgraded to questionable. I don't know if he plays. Does Houston at 6-1? Remind you, Houston should be ranked. They're 6-1. Can Houston do it at Arizona State?
Man,
I hope they don't.
Houston couldn't do anything against us. Like they literally couldn't move the ball. Arizona State looked like a really good team, and I know Tyson's down. But I think as a team overall, I trust Arizona State more. Houston honestly could not move the ball against us.
Here's what I heard from a lot of Arizona State fans. That's the best their defense has played all year. That's the best their defense is going to play all year.
We were their Super Bowl. So
if there's no Sam Levitt and no Jordan Tyson, I keep saying Jalen because his brother went to Tech, played basketball. But if there's no Jordan Tyson and no Levitt, their receiving options, I mean, they have that number 7 tight end. They have another guy. I forgot his name. I think he's number 12.
Is Levitt supposed to be ruled out?
Quarterback. What?
Is Levitt supposed to be ruled out? I haven't seen anything on that.
He's questionable.
Oh, he's questionable? Oh,
they said he re-injured his foot playing in our game.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the last time, Arizona State played without Levitt, and it ended up in like a 32-point loss. So, I mean, they're at home. Yeah,
we need Houston for head-to-head purposes.
I agree, and it would pretty much knock out ASU from the Big 12
Well,
championship race too.
I wouldn't say not. I don't know. See,
They'd be at 3 conference losses.
I think no matter what, and I think that could be our segue is just before we leave.
I'm looking at the wrong thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Since
I was looking
we all
something
are,
a little different.
every single one of us is a Tech fan. How about we talk about how open the Big 12 is now, since it doesn't seem like there is going to be that powerhouse of a team. It's going to be a lot of hoping a team wins or loses to get your team in there.
Yeah. I still think Tech is the best team in the Big 12.
But you're going to need a lot of prayers.
If I was a normal college football fan from top to bottom right now, and I'm looking at the rosters and I'm looking at past games, I still think Tech is the team to beat in the Big 12. I know ASU did it. Obviously, we can say whatever we want about that game. I'm scratching that game out of my memory, even though I was there. It's going to be impossible. But I still think Tech is the one to beat. I really do. And I think BYU is going to be in for a rude awakening when they come here. And I don't know. The Big 12 is open right now. Like, there's anything that could happen.
Yeah.
I still think it's Tech and BYU that make the Big 12 championship at the moment.
Yeah, the only thing is, I'm looking and I'm just saying, even when we were going through the schedule, we were like, well, hopefully this team will lose one here. And I think that's going to be your main problem. I think if you can't win against Kansas State or you don't win against BYU, you can kiss your season gone. I think no matter what. If you don't beat both of them, I think if you lose one of them, your season's over. Because I don't see a lot of these teams losing another one.
Yeah.
I mean, Cincinnati conference play is 4-0. Even if they lose the 2 Utahs, they'll still get in ahead over us. If BYU,
no, they won't because they won't because if we beat BYU and Utah head to head, then we have the head to head.
Yeah, I'm also looking at like if BYU beats you, then you also don't have the excuse on them, and then clearly they would be. I'm pretty sure if they beat us, they're gonna go undefeated.
We'll see.
They got
here's what happens. So if BYU beat us and they beat Cincinnati, they go with the highest ranked AP team, which would be us.
Yeah, but if we end up losing again, we wouldn't be ranked high. Especially if the team we lose to is K-State.
If we lose to BYU, Cincinnati loses to both BYU and Utah, we would still be ranked higher than Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Because BYU, if they went out before we play them, we will be ranked. They will be ranked ahead of us. That will be we'll maybe drop. We'll be top 10 by the time we play BYU.
Yeah, but where do we see Arizona State losing a game at? If they got everybody for Houston this week, then they win against they got Houston. They've got coming up Iowa State, West Virginia, Colorado, Arizona. I'm pretty sure they can win all those. They can beat the Pac-12.
Iowa State, bro. I'm telling you, I don't think ASU can beat Iowa State on the road.
It's at Iowa State, isn't it?
Dude, they got screamed at Utah. They're not winning at Iowa State.
One of these next 2 games, they're losing.
I mean, my thing is I think this is gonna end. Like, we're gonna end up seeing probably there's gonna be no undefeated team in conference that's gonna make it to the Big 12 championship. Like, I feel like at some point every team is going to lose at least one conference game. BYU, Cincinnati. I think at least either us, ASU, or Houston end up losing another, and I think obviously everybody else ends up losing more. I think it's just. I don't want to. I can't even guess it because I don't know. I did not see Cincinnati being currently 4-0 right now in Big 12 play, and then you'd have us currently tied for second or third or however the hell. So
look at that standing. We're ranked or we're tied for third place with 3 teams: Houston, Texas Tech, and Arizona State. And then above us is BYU and Cincinnati.
Yeah. Crazy world, man.
Who's ahead of us?
Arizona State BYU and Cincinnati and BYU.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So I was looking at the tiebreaker scenarios earlier today. We have a bunch of ins. That's not a problem. We have a bunch of ins on the head-to-head. Since we were ranked so high when we lost, if we do lose another game if BYU ends up losing 2, say we lose at K-State, but we beat BYU, then BYU loses again. Say Cincinnati loses to BYU and Utah, right? We will still, if I'm looking at it and the AP does what they're supposed to do, us and BYU will still be favored. And we'll still break the tiebreaker, even without the head-to-heads, because we'll have the head-to-head over the teams we're tied with other than Arizona State, but I see Arizona State losing 2 more. So then that way, if Arizona State, loses to, say, Houston, right? Say Houston beats them. We have the head-to-head against Houston. So then you go and look at the highest AP ranked team, and that would still be us because we're ahead of them currently in the ranking. They lose, they drop out of the top 25.
See,
they won't get back in probably for another 2 weeks.
My thing with Arizona State is I can see them winning. I can see them winning almost every game. I think if they've got everybody against Houston, they'll be fine.
I'm just talking hypotheticals here.
I mean,
if every team is a 2-loss team, we have so many ins because we will be a higher ranked team than a majority of the Big 12. The only one that we wouldn't be ranked higher than is BYU. It's just how the AP votings work this year. Cincinnati won't even be in the top 25 if they have 2 losses. Arizona State won't be in the top 25 if they have 2 losses. We will still be top 15 if we have 2 losses. BYU will still be top 20.
Yeah, but I'm saying, where do we see them losing at? This is what I'm trying to figure out.
I would say Iowa State, and then
I think Arizona State can beat Iowa State. Arizona State, when they play, and I get it's against us, and that could have been their Super Bowl of the year, but damn it, they look good. I mean, Tyson looked good. That defense looked good.
There's so many scenarios that we will never be able to predict it.
Yeah. But
if it comes down to the tiebreaker, us and BYU have the advantage because we are currently ranked so high. Us and BYU will have the advantage. If there's a 5-way tie for first with teams with 2 losses, us and BYU right now get in.
Yeah.
And we will continue to get in because the AP has had us ranked so high. And so that's what it goes to.
I also see it from AJ's perspective, though, because if we lose to a pretty bad – No, it's right now, pretty much no team can afford to lose. If we're going to be completely honest, absolutely every team right now has that mindset of, especially looking at just, the bottom half. I feel like because there's always a team, I feel like, that sneaks into the Big 12 championship game. It was K-State in 22. 23, you had, Oklahoma State. They went 9-3 and still made it in, I think, with 2 conference losses. Last year you had ASU somehow rise up.
Yeah.
It's so unpredictable, and it's so hard to be definitively this team is going to, for sure, I could see them win every game. Because I don't even see us doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like...
I'm worried about the BYU game for us.
I don't... Yeah. There's so many variables because is Barron healthy? Do we have another injury on defense at that point? I can't, same with BYU. Does their quarterback get knocked out and now they're down to a walk-on? It's college football is crazy, man. I think we can all take away from that. Just this conference is nuts right now.
Yeah.
It is beyond nuts.
While we're on the topic of the Big 12 and Tech, let's do game predictions for this weekend.
Sir.
Breaking news actually right now. I think it was a couple hours ago, or earlier in the day. Oklahoma State's receiver, Jalen Lloyd, entered the transfer portal, so he will not be with the team this weekend.
Yeah,
that's not a huge – that's not, detrimental, but, that's a piece.
Yeah.
To them.
He was a guy that Gundy really wanted to get after from Nebraska. I know a lot of my buddies told me they were really high on him, and definitely is a guy that it was just a wrong fit with a lot of these same guys. And it's so hard with this OSU team because it's in every aspect they're defeated, man. A quarterback, they've got a retired quarterback playing. Receiver room is about as thin as college roll paper. Defense, you can call it a defense. Yeah, but no, that is pretty. That is big news.
The most interesting thing about OSU right now is their fan section.
Yeah, I will applaud them for that, though.
I think Tech bounces back. The loss, if OSU had any hope, the loss that we took last week should give them just no chance. There's no way if we lose this game, I'm not going to another game. this year.
That's legit. We'd have to boycott. I mean, we should boycott everything.
We have a
Like,
98% chance on ESPN matchup
Yeah.
predictor.
This is,
Jesus.
what scares me though is like, this kind of reminds me of like which I know it's not the same levels, but like Michigan and Appalachian State back in 07, gigantic favorites. You mean you're playing
A&M and App State a couple years ago.
Yeah, dude, the Mountaineers, man, they're no joke. Just, I guess it's a different type of Mountaineer. Yeah, that wears chaps and boots. So who knows? But no, I agree. I agree with you, JC. I think this, piggybacking off you, I think this is going to be a big win for Tech. The biggest thing I want to see is how we come out the first half. Do we see improvements in play calling? Do we see a little bit more accuracy from Will? Do we see a little bit more run game? Because what the hell was last week? I mean, we forgot that was our most crucial thing. And yeah, credit to ASU and their scheme. They stacked the box. They did what they needed to. They literally played against the Hey, let it air it out. You know what I'm saying? Use that spread offense for what it's meant to. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I don't want to see any more wide receiver screens on 3rd and long. I don't want have a little fun in this game. Get back to having fun. The hype is all that hype. It's kind of cooled off a little bit now. Just have fun this week, and I think they do that, and I think they take out a lot of built up frustration on this poor Pokes team.
The thing with me is I'll be able to tell from the entrance if they're hyped up or not. When the guys are out jumping around and already having fun before the game, like when they come out of the tunnel, I know we're gonna win. And at Arizona State, it didn't feel that way. They were just running out of the tunnel, getting out there to get out there. There wasn't any fire.
They were playing baseball.
There wasn't us.
Yeah, they were playing baseball.
Yeah, there wasn't like anyone jumping, like waving their arms to get like the Tech, because a lot of Tech fans traveled. I didn't see the excitement. I didn't see the will to play. I didn't see the want to play out of the team when they come out of the tunnel. And last year versus ACU, that first game, it was the same thing. I didn't see guys come out the tunnel. They were just running out. They weren't hyped. Arizona State was hyped. Every single player that ran out of the tunnel was jumping, everything. I need to see that. And if I don't see that, we might lose. But I don't think we are losing. I hope the guys come out ready to play. And do we have score predictions, guys?
AJ, I'll let you go. You didn't even give your thoughts. I'll let you give your thoughts and score.
Let's see. Only thing I'm terrified of is every game with Will so far. It seemed very slow, very flat. Whether that be play calling not helping him out, I'm not gonna blame Will on play calls. Especially like that 4th and 6. Can't blame him. That was the play call you guys decided to call on the strong side, which that still sucks. But the thing with Will is it's been flat. He's either underthrown, overthrown somebody. It's also led to like the 2nd and 3rd quarter against Kansas the team came out slow and looking flat. Against ASU, they looked flat until the 4th quarter, but by that point it was too late. And ASU, you gave them too much time on the clock. So how slow do they look? And I think that leads into my score perfectly. I'm gonna say it's a low scoring game for us, maybe. And I know it's low scoring, and I'm gonna still say 30s, but I'm going 35. 35, maybe 7. I think defense still stands on top of it, but I'm worried about that offense and the way it's been looking with Will at the head.
I like it. I respect it. Because as bad as Oklahoma State is right now, their program for some reason has a lot of juice because of that student section that we were talking about.
Yeah.
Obviously, it doesn't matter now, but I still feel like we're going to somehow see a banana Congo line throughout the Jones at some point. So I think that may end up happening. So OSU fans, you travel good.
Hey, that could be fun. That could be fun to join.
Yeah, one caveat I want to give y'all in this game. OSU's leading rusher, Rodney Fields, he is questionable for this game. OSU's best lineman, Noah McKinney, hit the portal about a week ago. So their right side of their line, where David Bailey normally lines up, is going to be completely wide open with probably a true freshman or something and on that level. But yeah, AJ, to your point, the biggest thing that I'm worried about is just a flat start because for some reason under Will, and it's happened with Barron too. Like, I'm not going to act like it's just Will because it's also happened with Barron, not as much, but, Will still being young, him being just a redshirt freshman, there's a lot to that. I mean, hell, both of the games he's really played in this year outside of Kansas were pretty two rough away games, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Especially as a young guy with not a lot of game experience in terms of actually playing a lot. So yeah, I think it starts out a little bit slow, but just knowing how we are in the second half, man, especially knowing how pissed Cam Dickey's going to be, the fact he didn't get more yards than Will last week.
Yeah.
I think this game ends up being like a 55, 56, 7 type of ball game.
JT,
with the RC Tech winning.
No, I'm gonna be bold here. I think we lean on the run heavy, and OSU can't stop the run, which is going to work into Hammond's favor because they're going to start stacking the box, and just maybe we'll notice that and start throwing the ball because that should open up opportunities.
Incoming bubble route.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. You establish against OSU and teams like that who are struggling, you establish the run early, make them stack the box, have the safeties come up, and then you go deep and you kill them because they don't know what's coming. I think it's our highest scoring game of the year.
We had a 67 game?
We did. Actually, I'd take that back. I don't know.
Yeah, we had a 67 and 62.
Well, okay, so here's also the thing. We have that famous picture with the guy with a gun up, right, when they knocked us. Everyone's saying it's going to be like a whole reenactment of that. And I also remember that this is the week that TCU dropped 84 on us. This is the exact day, or yesterday, I guess, was the exact day that it happened.
What's that game, dog? What's that game? It was 82-27. I remember TCU ran out of fireworks.
Okay, all right.
They ran out of fireworks, dog.
Stop. I think this week has been really bad. That game being brought up in my mind is really bad. OSU has destroyed us before at home, and we sucked when that happened. And then now they suck, and we're good. I think – I don't want to do it, but I'm going to have to. I think we shut them out. 70-zip.
Damn. All right.
Okay.
We got polar opposites on the board. You got me with the low scoring, slow offense. You got JT with explosive. No, you're good. I'm just describing. Like we have me with slow.
I do want to explain why I'm saying this. If anyone does end up watching this,
we did have a viewer. I was looking at the thing. We had another viewer.
We're coming off a loss, right? Everyone's going to be pissed, right? I think Will stays in the whole game. We're not going to put – if we do put in Mitch, I think Mitch throws for a touchdown anyway. I think we can have 56 points by halftime. I really do. Like, it's a serious thing, and I don't – maybe OSU scores. I don't know. I do think we can have 56 by halftime, which I know, Mason, I see your face right now. I think it's doable.
If this was like, and I know OSU is bad. I am not defending them by any means. They are some hot, but man,
they're hitting us on the worst week possible.
I agree, but this whole
week for Texas Tech. This is going to be the one good that we've got. And I think the team is going to take it to the next level. I really do. I think this is our
I'm hoping, dog. Dude, trust me, I'm with you. I am not by any means wanting this to be like a 20-point win. Because, I know we've all talked about it. Because, in my opinion, if we don't win by the spread, that is a loss. By all measures, it's a loss.
Here, let me pull it up before I just...
30. It's
37 and a half. Is it 38 and a half? Yeah.
Well, it would be 30. Yeah, it's one of the two. I don't.
Let's see. Spread is 36. 36.
It's a lot. Yeah,
36 and a half.
Yeah, it's a lot. But we're capable. We've proven it.
If they do score, it's a field goal.
Hey,
Keep in
actually,
mind.
they're
Keep it.
starting
Hold on.
kicker just at the
I just want
portal,
to say something
so
real quick.
it's another
Are you
guy.
serious?
Yes, I
Huh?
swear to God. Dude, I'm telling you, bro.
Wait, what?
Yes,
I couldn't even hear y'all.
they're starting
Okay.
kicker
I hate
hit
to
the
be like this,
portal.
but I might be sending
Yeah.
an email tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, are we gonna see JT become a poke? Will we
I
see
don't
him in
want
the?
to, but if that means I get to kick, then I will. Guys,
Dude.
go check out my kicking videos on TikTok. JT Dell kicking.
But what I was thinking though, keep in mind this is also the first game since the tortilla ban. So
That's gonna be interesting to watch.
who's gonna possibly get us to drop or OSU's gonna possibly start drives at the 40 because of see how the fan base reacts. I don't know how the fan base is gonna react.
They could start drives on their 20-yard line and it wouldn't matter.
Just saying.
This OSU team is just they're just terrible. I don't have any other words.
I will say though, and one of their only bright spots, and just so it's not like we're completely dookie on them, their freshman edge is a transfer from South Carolina, Wendell Gregory. Actually, is like bright future. Besides him trying to rob a clothes store earlier this year, I don't know how that never got talked about more.
What?
But
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, for like $200 worth of clothes. Like it was something stupid. Anyway, he's only got 3 sacks on the year, but just in terms of how bad their defense has been, he's kind of been their lone bright spot. And like actually, he's only a freshman, right? So I guess that's about it. But yeah, I mean their defense, our O-line, this should be a perfect bounce back game, right? This is an absolute amazing opportunity for everybody to get healthy, to be able to kind of get your mojo back, get confident. I want to ask y'all real quick. I know we keep yapping, but I want to ask y'all one little last question. How many stacks does David Bailey end up with on Saturday?
2.
Because, dude, 2. I'm going at least 3.5.
I'm changing my prediction. I'm going 59 to 3 is going to be my final prediction.
Okay.
The 70's stupid.
It's just really high. It's hard to do, especially if we take our guys out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 59 to 3. I think Bailey I only think he ends up with only 1. I think everyone's gonna get their piece of the pie this weekend. I think everyone's gonna get their sacks. I think AJ Holmes is gonna go in there and get his first one.
I think Melo has a big day because you got to think all the hype right now is around David, and like game planning is probably going to be around him. Yeah. But they forget we got another first round guy.
I think Lee Hunter leads the team with 3. I think he gets 3.
Yeah. All I know is we should have at least 5 sacks by the end of this game, at least.
I'm saying we have 9 as a team.
Dang.
Yeah, actually though, sacks may be kind of a pain because we're going up against a cat that transformed into a receiver, and he's got speed. That's the only thing. Nothing really else.
So if anything, even if he rushes, he's going positive, which it wouldn't make it a sack.
Is he a righty throwing? Is he righty?
Yeah, he's a righty.
He's cooked then. If that right side of their O line's out, that's blindside. He's done for. He's not. If he does, he's gonna have such little awareness that he's just gonna get blown up.
Oh.
Yeah, but
all right.
Hey, I think we all can agree though. Tech by 90. This weekend. I think that's fair statement.
I'm hoping nothing's fishy coming out of Stillwater coming over here. So
I agree. I agree.
Like seriously speaking, if we find a way to lose this game, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Well, clearly we ain't. You gotta go. Hey, cancel that Arlington trip,
man. You can't.
We blow it to OSU. Cancel your Arlington trip.
No, I think we'll be fine. But I want to see more energy out of the coaches this week in terms of like Joey. And one of y'all pointed it earlier talking about how Kenny Dillingham was like actively, hyping his guys up, trying to, get a little energy going. And I know Joey can be kind of a calm, reserved at times. But, in games like that, when it's neck and neck, You know what I mean? You got to at least show a little bit. You can't just be sitting there like Bill Belichick style, just whatever it is, what it is. We'll maybe score, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love Joey. I do. But that was disheartening to watch, especially from like a guy that's been very energetic for pretty much most of the season, I would say, especially like in post game. So
I mean, everything
I don't know.
everything with the students and the fan base, he's always like hyping us up and stuff like that. I think what killed it was that Flatland Cavalry. That show that was very slow, kind of killed it a little bit. But
Yeah, that took forever, bro.
Yeah.
it was so slow. But all right, well,
Hey, Mason, real fast, I gotta throw this out there. Overshow back and practicing.
Ooh, hey. I'm telling you, don't mess. Hey.
No, he looks more ripped now. Look at this.
Dude, I saw that, bro. Hey.
dang.
Don't get because we can't get our hopes up, AJ, or not AJ, JT, because you know how it always ends up going. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a good few weeks, and then boom.
All I'm saying is we have the best offense in the NFL. If we had the 2023 defense this year, it's wraps.
Dude, if we had a guy like Micah Parsons right now, we'd be great. You know?
AJ, who do y'all play this weekend?
We've got New England.
Okay, so New England's been good, man.
I know. I'm interested. I'm definitely interested to see what Cleveland does with New England. I think our defense
does.
Yeah, I want to see what our defense can do against Drake May. I want to see what we can do offensively because they looked a little bit better. Huh?
Is Denzel back?
Denzel's been back. What are you talking about? He was never hurt.
I don't keep up with that. I don't damn clue.
No, Denzel hasn't been hurt. Tyson Campbell had his first pick six since the Greg Newsome trade, which that one hurt. But Tyson Campbell's looking good. Let's see.
I like Tyson better than Greg anyway. I think y'all got a better corner.
I gotta go.
I'm just saying, dude.
Reports are saying like Cleveland Greg, also is going. We're going to be buyers in this draft, or not the draft. They are looking to, because of how good the defense is, they're not looking to win this season. They're going to get guys like Tyson Campbell who have years left on their contract, and they want to be contenders next year because of how good the defense is. So they're going for buying the offense.
Y'all's upcoming schedule ain't even that bad.
Yeah.
Y'all have at Patriots this week, at Jets. Y'all, I don't know. Y'all somehow may find a way to lose that.
No.
But then you got Ravens the following week.
Yeah.
Just look out this weekend for Kayshon Boutte.
No, we're good. I'm not worried.
Gambling legend, by the way. Gambling legend.
Oh, don't get me started on gambling today.
Bets.
Do not get me started on gambling.
8,000 bets over his time at LSU.
I just gotta say too, I'm starting Jackson Dart this weekend, so I'm gonna see how that goes.
See.
Ooh, that Philly. Hey, you may have a good.
See, here's my problem. I have Jared Goff on a bye week, and I'm on Roz on a bye week, so I'm like cooked.
See, I'm double dipping on Colts right now. I've got Daniel Jones and Tyler Warren, and that's been saving me this whole season.
Dude, I have both Seahawks running backs. I have Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker, but I also have Derrick Henry and J.K. Dobbins.
Dude, I would take anybody on any receiver for KC. They're going up against Washington this week, and I think that's going to be.
Yeah, and Daniels is hurt.
Yeah, you know who I have right now who's going to go off for a big game this weekend against Tampa Bay is Shaheed. He's been doing really well this year.
Yeah.
Shaheed.
Yep. I've got, let's see, Quinshawn Judkins. We'll see how that goes. Barkley needs to do something. Man, I'm at the point where I'm about to trade him away, but I know the second I trade him away, he's gonna pop off for somebody else.
Yeah.
And that's about it. I picked up Marvin Mims this week just because my other wide receivers were, like, JSN's on a bye, and Brock Bowers was on a bye, so I can't play either of them.
That's a great pickup with Marvin Mims because they play the fucking Cowboys.
Yep.
Yeah, he's going to have a career day, so.
Yeah.
I'd start him if I were you.
That's why I'm starting him. That was one of the reasons.
Yeah.
And then, of course, last week helped out.
I want to pick up
Jake Elliott. Cortland Sutton, he'd be chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to pick up Jake Elliott, but at the same time, I have Tyler Loop, and they play Chicago, so I think the Ravens will do well, but also I don't know what to think with Jake Elliott.
Lamar, I don't.
Yeah.
I think Lamar's coming back this week, from what I've been heard.
They need him back, bro.
They're 1-5.
There's no
They're
hope
behind
with that
Cleveland
team.
in the AFC North. Cleveland is third. Ravens are behind us.
God bless that team.
Their only win is to Cleveland.
They're not getting enough hate. They're not getting enough hate for their collapse so far this season. I know they've had injuries.
I was about to say they're injured to the world. Like everybody's injured. I mean, unless you're the 49ers.
It's like an every year thing with them. Like it's always one of their tackles or their guards is out by week 2, and it's Ronnie Stanley.
See, the problem is it's everybody's hurt. Lamar's hurt. They also had Patrick Queen was out. Derrick Henry was just banged up. I know. I just remember seeing their thing. I was like, "That's a star. That's a star. That's a star." Like I felt bad for the Ravens.
Yeah, it's insane. But
but I think
all right, y'all. Well,
end up calling it. It is 1 a.m. for us. So.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll end up calling it here. We are also 80 minutes into this, so.
I also want to bring up one thing tonight. I'm sorry. This is the last thing. Shea or whatever, he shot 26 free throws tonight.
Bro, they also went into double overtime again.
55 points.
Jesus.
55.
Why did my sound just pop us banged up? My sound just came out of nowhere.
23 of them were free throws. That's just absurd. That's like what teams do.
My take with Shea is he's a great player, and I give him props because he knows the rule, and he knows they haven't changed the rule. So it's like, dude, you might as well do what every player's done since the beginning of time and just manipulate it until they force you to change it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, like, right now, I mean, Luka's no different. Luka does it like a mug. Now, obviously, Shea's more known for it, and rightfully so, because that's literally all he does. But, I mean, you're seeing it like crazy now. Harden did it for the longest time. You know, he kind of started this whole thing, in my opinion. But, dude, it's insane
so
now.
unwatchable. It's so
it is,
unwatchable.
dude. They're shooting free throws every 5 seconds, and it makes a 2-hour game last like a football game.
Yeah.
You know, oh, man. But, yeah. AJ, I think you got it.
Oh, yeah. So, appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate y'all staying up till 1 a.m. on a Thursday.
Appreciate
now Friday. So, appreciate y'all. Sam, hope everything's good with him. Saw his message earlier, so we'll stick with him later. Maybe catch up with him. Definitely we'll have him ready for the preview or the recap of next week. Y'all ready for this OSU game? Ready to be back at the Joneses with everybody, with all the home fans?
I'm just ready to see football again, man.
Yeah. So, appreciate everybody tuning in. And I mean, that one guy who tuned in for that 10 minutes, he was here.
Your homie.
Yep. I don't know who it was, but damn it, he was with us. But
absolute legend right there.
Yep. All right. So, see y'all later. Have a good one. Peace out.
Yep. Appreciate y'all.
Yep.